Greetings dear viewers, JLB here. For our next installment of our animated history tour, animated television history tour I mean, we are going to be exploring the origins of, not exactly the origins of, but one of the programs featuring one of the first of many Superman parodies. But definitely this is the most popular. I'm talking, of course, about Mighty Mouse. When I say we're talking about Mighty Mouse, I mean specifically we're going to be talking about his American television anthology series called Mighty Mouse Playhouse. It aired on CBS from 1955 to 1966. A good solid 11 years. And the series was actually credited with popularizing the character of Mighty Mouse far beyond what the original short films in the 40s, maybe the 30s, had intended. Now, Mighty Mouse wasn't extraordinarily popular in the theatrical cartoons that were released back in the 30s and 40s, but it was still Terry Toon's most popular cartoon character. But what made him a cultural icon was his appearance on television. Most of the short film studios, both live-action and animated, were in decline by the 1950s. Pressured by both the loss of film audiences to television, as well as the increased popularity and financial benefits of low-budget, stylized, limited animation, which would lead to what we know as the dark ages of animation. Most of the studios cashed out of the short film production business and began licensing or selling their back catalogs to television. Paul Terry went as far as to sell all of Terrytoons to CBS in 1955. Thus, the network began running Mighty Mouse Playhouse in December of that year. It remained on air for nearly... Oh, my mistake. Well, it nearly went for 12 years. I was right when I said 11, but anyway. It also featured the Mighty Heroes during the final season. Now, Mighty Mouse cartoons became a staple of children's television programming over a period of 30 years, from the 1950s all the way to the 1980s. So, if you have any parents who grew up in the 80s and they remember watching Mighty Mouse on TV, well, now you know. Under CBS ownership, produced only 3 further Mighty Mouse theatrical cartoons in the 1959-1961 time frame, which was marked contrast to other animated cartoon lines such as Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, and Woody Woodpecker, all of which continue to produce new short films nearly a decade after licensing their library for television. And the company evidently believed that the existing library of shorts was enough to keep youngsters tuning into CBS every Saturday morning. Yes, this was back in the day when cartoons used to come on Saturday mornings, the glory days. And the library consisted of 80 shorts, enough for 26 30-minute episodes. And of course, some early vinyl records credited the original 1955 Mighty Mouse Playhouse theme song to the Terrytooners, Mitch Miller and Orchestra, but recent publishing has generally created the Sandpipers. Don't know who they are, but regardless. But the question is, after all these years, is Mighty Mouse still a good cartoon character to remember? Well, if you're a fan of superheroes like I am, sure. I mean, yeah, sure, he's a bit of a parody to a certain Man of Steel, but regardless, he's a good parody nonetheless. After all, how many times can you say that there's a mouse who takes up after Superman who doesn't have a weakness to kryptonite? But anyway, that'll wrap up this episode. Stay tuned for the next one, and don't forget to leave a comment below, ring the bell, and subscribe, as well as like this video. So until we meet again for the next edition of the Animated Television History Tour.